Buenos dias, my friends. This is Ramon de la Cruz of Very Dad Things. Today we're going to chop it up. We're going to talk about what made America great. You know, it's a topic of conversation and a very important part of the argument in achieving equality today. So, great America. Let's think about American history and the times that America was great. America was great, man, in the American Revolution, when we decided we were going to take our taxes and build a nation instead of paying for the kings and queens excesses in England. And then after that, we started to create our own country, our own nation. And in the wildly imaginative, pioneering moment America had, America was split between people who thought slavery should continue to exist, so free markets can profit without paying for labor, which is the largest expense of any business: human resources, your staff, your employees. So we got a group that thinks that slavery should still exist, and a group that believes that freedom, equality, and the pursuit of happiness are what makes America great. Those are some of the things, right? Our ideals. Our ideals make America great. The things we strive for, the biggest things we strive for, right? Those are our ideals. Democracy is an ideal. That means it's the idea, the purest form of the idea that we all share about how to govern. Where we often lose our way is the practice, because the practice becomes a choice for every human, for every leader, for every citizen, for every person that matters. So we're talking about Black Lives Matters, all lives matter, and these things should not exist against each other, right? If all lives matter, then Black lives should not be taken by government-sponsored terrorism and murder. If all lives matter, right? So if you know, my all lives matter people, if all lives matter, why are you allowing Black lives to be taken? Why are you allowing brown lives to be taken? Why are you allowing Black girls to disappear from the DMV area in droves with no conversation about it? You know why? Because the convenient conversation right now is the 500 years of oppression in America. Because the inconvenient truth is the pedophilia permeating our fucking government. And the governments and the leadership in the whole world. I wouldn't doubt the Vatican. Matter of fact, it's been documented that's already happened. The pedophilia. So when you think about what's happening right now and why this is happening and why are we getting so loud, you know, you got to think about what we're being quiet about. You have to critically think. You cannot just see. You have to see the unseen, and that's where wisdom lies. Wisdom lies when you're able to see through shit. Because, you know, there's a lot of shit being thrown at you. You know, that's where the saying comes from, the shit's hitting the fan. Because people throwing shit, you know, they're just throwing it, slinging it. Whether it's truth or not. Because shit can be truth, right? You can take the truth and smear it and make it something ugly. Or you can take something ugly that's already shit and shape it into something that looks like truth that people are going to believe. You know, and that's that narrative building that's happening in the media. And that's where we have to control ourselves in our narrative. So thinking about this together, what made America great was being together, was being united, was coming together in mass numbers to produce the change that befits the ideal that the majority of Americans share. That's what makes America great. It's us together. It's us agreeing on a majority of things, which in my experience, in my life, in my community, you know, there's less division than what the media shows. The media shows a lot of division because that's profitable. It's profitable to keep us separate, because if we're separate, then we're scared of each other. If we're scared of each other, we're not uniting. And if we're not uniting, the government has a chance to control us, and that is the only chance they have to control us. So my people, this is a message of unity. My family, my earth family, my human family, all right? Black Lives Matter. Let's all say it together. Let's all say it together. Because all lives matter, right? It's not if, then, It's not or, it is and. Black lives matter and all lives matter. Yes, absolutely. I think anyone can agree with that. But we also have to agree with the reality that systemic racism, historically documented oppression, inequitable policies, and the targeting of the urban American, you know, has made America ungreat, because those are our majorities. And if we're gonna take opportunity from our majority to give to a minority, which the minority in our country would be, you know, the rich, corporations. So we got to be mindful. We got to be strategic, and we got to be vigilant. This voting season, we have to get the people we need in office. And if the people we need in office are not running, then guess what? We got to step our game up and run. We have to represent. We have to be the voice. We have to control the narrative. Because if you keep letting the establishment control the narrative and control our future, we're not going to get anywhere. We know this. This is what's happening. This is what's happening. And look at the beauty in the world as the world wakes up. You know, a philosopher would say the world has been in a dream state. And now we are awakening majestically in a unified way. I'm very happy to see the people who have come along, the allies who see the issues that need to be dealt with. I'm happy the youth are stepping up, because the youth is the easiest for you guys to see it, right? We're online. You know, our past generations, they weren't online. They weren't feeding the feed. They weren't looking at things. They weren't making sure that the truth was out there. You know, they were busy being the truth on the front lines, right? So now it's our turn. The front lines are virtual now. And we all got to be on them together. So I inspire you to be a great American. So we're going to end this very dad things like this. Bob Marley believed that you could cure racism and hate. Literally cure it by injecting music and love into people's lives. When he was scheduled to perform at a peace rally, a gunman came to his house and shot him down. 2 days later, he walked out on that stage and sang. This is such a beautiful story for me, being a musician. But when they asked him why, he said the people who are trying to make this world worse are not taking a day off. So how can I light up that darkness? It's very dad things. Ramon de la Cruz.